Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, March 18th. We're coming to you from Studio 22. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Alan. And today we have an entire episode of segments and stories. No announcements, so let's do this. With the seniors gone on senior trip, we thought maybe you had forgotten some of their faces already. Instead of flashing up a picture of each person in the class, we thought maybe we just show you the Mr. Walk contestants.
Mr. Wah is less than a month away. Put a reminder in your calendar for April 13th. This is a great chance to participate in a fundraising initiative and celebrate these guys as they try to tap into their creative side. As the snow has cleared up and the sun has popped out a little more, perhaps you may notice something sticking out around the field house. Wesley and Tommy Reed have more about it.
It's a cruel world out there. This bike right here has been forgotten, forever lost out here in the cold. We decided to set out to see what really happened. I'm here with Mrs. Ham. Do you know anything about the lonely bike outside up by the stairs up there?
I know nothing about it, but I see it every time I walk up to the office, and it's been there for months. So
I feel bad for it. How would you tell them to treat the bike? With care?
With care. Maybe talk to it a little bit while you're walking up there, wave to it, but it is something special, so it needs to be treated like that.
Thank you so much.
I did hear that Mr. Hockett rides in the morning to school.
You did it? Okay, yeah. Well, there we have it.
I heard he bundles up and rides in. Now, I heard that from a few teachers, so I don't know if that's the truth, but I've heard it's Mr.
Rumor has it.
Rumor has it.
Okay.
Mr. Hockett.
Thank you so much. Worn out places. Well, here she is. Share some love. Come say hi. Give it some attention when you walk by. Don't just let it go unknown. See you later.
Please, we beg you, if you know who owns this bike, please find them and let them know that it can be found by the field house. It really needs a new home. And speaking of bikes, even if you have no method of transportation other than your own 2 feet, there's a local business that you could walk to and grab some lunch or an after-school snack. Haley Evans and Jack Sun gives you a report on Scoobies.
Hey guys, it's Haley from WAtv, and I'm heading over to Scoobys to interview the Chief Operating Officer about things like the conflict between Scoobies and the drive-in and student discounts that Wheaton Academy students can get.
Scoobies started in 1985 at this location. And what made me come here was Joe, the owner, needed someone to do the operations. So I am the COO, Chief Operating Officer. The conflict was over our floodlight in the back, and we have that for security reasons, along with the security cameras in the restaurant and outside, because in the past and just recently we were broken into. But now, since the drive-in has been sold, there is no more conflict. We do all different types of events here. We just recently installed an outdoor TV in our patio area, and we are planning this summer to do movie nights. Well, if you come in and you present your ID, you get a percentage off your meal.
Thank y'all for tuning into this segment. Please come check out Scoobies anytime you're available, and until next time.
There are many local businesses that give you student discount for food. Take advantage of their proximity to the school and tell them WAtv sent you. For our next segment, Laura, Donna, and Catherine investigate some cultural differences here at Wheaton Academy and the world abroad.
Hi, Wheaton Academy. This is Laura, Donna, Immersek, and today we've interviewed people on what they've observed about cultural differences and what their perspective is on it today.
We like to drink hot water, and Americans think that's gross, like what I've heard. Yeah, and you guys usually find hot water in bathroom because you guys wash your hands with hot water, but you guys don't drink it. So all the fountain drink are cold, and all the drinks are cold. It's very interesting.
So I went to Scotland over winter, and I noticed that when we were on the tours, all the tour guides would say, oh, this building's super new, it's 100 years old, which seems really old to us, but in the UK, all the buildings are super, super old, so new buildings to them are like 100 years old.
So I've been to the Dominican Republic, and while we were there, something that's different is like everyone knows each other. Like, for example, the leader of the trip was a Dominican himself. Anywhere we would go, he would know everyone we passed, and not just like, oh, hey, like, ¿cómo estás? He would be like, they would like have a conversation about like life.
I went to Spain last semester for 6 months, and there's a lot of differences than there is here. We eat everything as a pig, and they don't eat that here, so it's a big disappointment, America. More towards the family side of things, they're very community-based, very homely, they're very welcoming, and they just love to embrace new people in different aspects of life. They're very open to new things over there, which is something very cool that they offer there, and I think that Spain's very different because of their open community.
I lived overseas for a number of years, and one of the things that I carry with me in my head, in my heart, is this saying that I use often, and it is that different isn't bad, it's just different. I think cultural differences, noticing them and becoming comfortable is sometimes hard. It takes a lot of work, but it is so worth it because you learn about the character of the divine in a way that you can't otherwise learn it.
So take a moment and embrace cultural differences today. This is Laura, Donna, Immersek signing out.
Say it with me. Different isn't bad. It's just different. Next time you get a chance to try something new or unfamiliar, do it. You can learn a lot by trusting the opinion of another person. Before sending it over to our 4 things, Josh Woodall interviews Katrina Grossman for a new segment called Who I Am. Check it out.
Yo guys, it's J-Dog from WAtv, and we're introducing a new segment called This Is Who I Am. Katrina Grassman goes into details about how God moved in her life. If you'd like to get involved, please don't hesitate to contact me or Katrina or anyone from WAtv. See ya.
So, growing up, I always went to the same school since 2nd grade, but as time went on, it became a very toxic place for me. I just started to develop a lot of mental health issues, and the beginning of freshman year, I actually had to be admitted into a mental hospital. So I actually missed the first month of my freshman year. So that was really hard going into high school, letting everyone else kind of already be used to it. And for me, I wasn't used to any of that. And I think because of all of that, I really got separated from the rest of my classmates. And I kind of just isolated myself and became very alone. My best friend Anna told me that she was transferring to Wheaton Academy. So as soon as I heard that, I went and told my parents. I was like, Mom, Dad, we got to fill out an application for me to go to Wheaton Academy. And at first it was just because I wanted to be with my best friend, and I didn't really have anyone else in my old school. But as time has gone on here, I've realized that it wasn't just a random coincidence. It was because this is where God planned for me to be. My name's Katrina Grossman, and this is who I am.
Thanks for being vulnerable and sharing, Katrina. Our community is made up of powerful stories about how God is at work in each one of our lives.
If you think you know anyone or if you think you might have something to share, please don't hesitate to contact any one of us at WAtv. We would love to get more stories like this out there. So I'm Loredana, and I'm going to give you 4 things you need to know. Number 1, spring sports has started. Check on athletics.wheatonacademy.org for more information about different schedules. Number 2, it's Mr. Holtrop's 60th birthday tomorrow. Please look for him and wish him the happiest of birthdays. Number 3, our chapel speakers for the week are Lisa Beamer on Tuesday and a Project Lead Worship Chapel on Friday. And number 4, spring break has started at 3 p.m. on Friday. If you are leaving early for any reason, please contact your teachers ahead of time and find out what to do before you leave. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at @TheRealWATV for more information or to leave comments. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for tuning in to WATv. From all of us at Studio 22, have a great day.